All right, can y'all hear me? Do I have this up high enough? I'll try not to cough into it today. I know how that scares you. But y'all bear with me a little bit. I'm at the tail end of a cold, but you know how it is when you catch a cold, you're still all nasally, and so my voice is going to sound a little funny. I can say that I'm on day 7, and I think it's worse than day 3 was. But we'll get through this together. And I asked Rebecca to bring me some water today, and she rose to the challenge. I think this might be enough water for me. We'll see. But we're going to be in the book of Colossians. So if you would, turn there with me. We'll be in chapter 2. I've titled this message, Beware False Philosophies and Empty Religion. We could talk about those two things for a really long time, but I'm going to try to do it in 30 minutes or less this morning. You know, when we talk about false philosophies and empty religion, we need to realize that both can cause the church to stumble into error. While one may typically come from the outside trying to work its way in, the other is often already inside leading people in hollow practices. So a little background on Colossians. It's known as one of the prison epistles, which means it was written by Paul during one of his imprisonments. While there, he had gotten word about a concerning situation in Colossae. Heresy was present there. The church was being presented with false teaching. And though the saints in Colossae were doing well in their faithfulness, heresy is a dangerous thing to even just be around. And so this heresy was coming after this church, and Paul saw it as nothing less than this church being under an attack. All right, and he writes this warning to these saints to encourage them to stand firm and to resist these deceptive teachings. So we're going to jump into our passage in Colossians 2. We're going to read the first 8 verses of it. Paul says this, he writes, I want you to know how much I am struggling for you and for those in Laodicea, and for all who have not met me personally. My purpose is that they may be encouraged in heart and united in love, so that they may have the full riches of complete understanding, in order that they may know the mystery of God, namely Christ, in whom are hidden all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. I tell you this so that no one may deceive you by fine-sounding arguments. For though I am absent from you in body, I am present with you in spirit, and delight to see how orderly you are, and how firm your faith in Christ is. So then, just as you receive Christ Jesus as Lord, continue to live in Him, rooted and built up in Him, strengthened in the faith as you were taught, and overflowing with thankfulness. See to it that no one takes you captive through hollow and deceptive philosophy, which depends on human tradition and the basic principles of this world, rather than on Christ. So in just these first few verses, we see the warnings that Paul is giving about fine-sounding arguments, about hollow and deceptive philosophy. You know, preachers today refer to this situation in Colossae as the Colossian heresy. But it's interesting that Paul doesn't specifically tell us what the heresy is. Based on his teachings in this letter, we can take some good educated guesses. But my aim today is not to identify and refute a possible specific heresy, but rather to speak to the importance of the church today resisting false teachings in general, as well as identifying and casting off unbiblical practices and doctrine. What we're going to see brought up in this passage is legalism, worldly wisdom, and man-made traditions that are elevated above God's will. So look back at verse 4 real quick. It said, I tell you this so that no one may deceive you by fine-sounding arguments. Do we have anybody in here that feels like they're a good debater? Some people are just gifted at debating and coming up with fine-sounding arguments, right? But this just goes to show you that though some arguments may sound good, that doesn't mean they're always right. In our limited understanding and in our ignorance, because we don't know everything, right? So everyone has some ignorance. So something wrong can sound right. Sometimes a bad perspective or a flawed line of reasoning can make a lot of sense to us, right? This happens all the time in colleges as Bible illiterate students with religious backgrounds face educators who attempt to persuade them away from their roots. Oftentimes, our young people are defenseless against such fine-sounding arguments, and therefore they are taken captive by them. This is the very thing that Paul is warning these Christians, don't let that happen to you. Again, in verse 4, Paul is telling them that he is telling them this so that they will not be deceived. So we need to know, what did he tell them exactly? Because we also do not want to be deceived, so we need to know what he told them. So look back at verses 2 and 3 one more time. With this in mind, let's read that. He says, my purpose is that they may be encouraged in heart and united in love, so that they may have the full riches of complete understanding, in order that they may know the mystery of God, namely Christ, in whom are hidden all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. So Paul wants them to know Christ above all else, right? And it's in Christ in which all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge are found. So true knowledge and true wisdom lead to Christ, right? So then what is the kind of wisdom and knowledge that attempts to lead people away from Christ? We would call that deception. We would call that falsehood. It's from the one who seeks to kill, steal, and destroy. Paul would call it false knowledge, as he does in 1 Timothy 6, in verses 20 and 21. He says this to Timothy. He says, Timothy, protect what has been entrusted to you, avoiding worldly, empty chatter, and he says opposing arguments of what is falsely called knowledge. So the world would tell you that in order to seek knowledge, to gain wisdom, you need to loosen your grip on your beliefs. You need to be open-minded as you explore what the world has to teach you. Paul says the contrary. He says, protect it. Guard what you have received, this gospel message. You know, it's like something that can be snatched away from you, so you need to hold on to it tightly. So the truth is, if you want to seek knowledge and wisdom, seek Jesus. Because Psalms 111:10 says this. You can look in your bulletin. It's on the notes page. The last one, it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. All those who practice it have a good understanding. So it's interesting that some believe that through acquiring vast knowledge, they can obtain salvation. But once again, in your bulletins, look at 1 Corinthians 2, verse 2. Or actually, this is not in your bulletins, but it's in my notes. I'll read it for you. It says, Paul tells the Corinthians, who, by the way, the Corinthians had a love for human wisdom. And this is what he tells them. He says, I resolved to know nothing while I was with you except Jesus Christ and Him crucified. Why? Because that is where salvation is found. It's in Christ. So Paul did not bring fine-sounding arguments to them. He did not bring persuasive speech to these lovers of human wisdom. He brought the gospel, which is simple enough that a child can hear it and come to saving faith in Christ. Now, if you look in your bulletin, 1 Corinthians 1:21 is in here. It says, for since in the wisdom of God, the world through its wisdom did not come to know God, God was well pleased through the foolishness of the message preached to save those who believe. But Paul is not implying that Christ or the message of the gospel are foolishness, but rather that it appears as foolishness to those who are perishing. To those who have embraced worldly wisdom, the world's wisdom failed them. We see that here. You know, salvation in a crucified Jew sounded crazy to those who lived during the time of the early church. And still today, many people mock our faith. They think that they're too smart for us to believe in something like what we say we believe in. They think they're too intelligent, right? We often find that the people who think they're the smartest are the ones that are the most against, or the ones that mock the worst Christianity. Look at the next verse in your bulletin, 1 Corinthians 1:20. The Bible says this, where is the wise man? Where is the scribe? Where is the debater of this age? Has not God made foolish the wisdom of the world? You know, we can think we're pretty smart sometimes. God's a whole lot smarter. See, with knowledge, and the Bible speaks to this, you know, people tend to get puffed up with knowledge. So God often takes what would make the most sense to us, and He flips that around. We see that all throughout Scripture. There's a quote I came across that says this, God's wisdom is not man's wisdom multiplied to the highest degree. It is wisdom of a different order altogether. So Paul isn't saying that all wisdom and learning are bad things. If you look again in your bulletin, Proverbs 16:16 says, "How much better to get wisdom than gold. To get understanding is to be chosen rather than silver." So wisdom has value. We see that here. I think we would all like to be wise, but with what type of wisdom? Let's think about present-day church. Does the church ever embrace worldly wisdom over the wisdom of God? Does the church ever embrace the reasoning of the world, even when it goes against God's will and design? The warning that Paul is giving is about hollow and deceptive philosophies that's aimed specifically at worldly wisdom, which means we should seek wisdom, but that which is found in God through prayer and studying His written word. I got a cover verse for you today on your bulletins. It's from Colossians, the next chapter actually. 3:16, it says this, "Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, teaching and admonishing one another in all wisdom." This is instructions he's given to the church, and it's very relevant today. I chose this verse as our cover verse because the first half speaks so well to this first threat that we're looking at, threat to the church. And the second half of the verse speaks to the second threat we're going to look at in a moment. So you notice I didn't read the whole thing. That was on purpose. But if you've ever read through the book of Proverbs, you will know that wisdom is something to be desired. But just keep in mind that there is a way that seems right to a man, but its end is the way of death. Which means we can't entirely trust our own examination and judgment. We need a revelation from God. You know, we don't have to have all the answers. Some people have to have all the answers. They can't believe in God unless every single aspect their mind can wrap around it, which is, impossible. He is God and we are man. We don't have to understand everything. We understand enough to know that God is trustworthy. And when we don't understand, what do? We don't lean on our own understanding, but we trust in the Lord with all of our heart. Let's look back in Colossians 2 at verses 6 and 7 again. He says, "So then, just as you received Christ Jesus as Lord, continue to live in Him, rooted and built up in Him, strengthened in the faith as you were taught, and overflowing with thankfulness." So Paul is encouraging these Colossians to be rooted and built up in Jesus. He's telling them how to stand firm against the winds of deception that are blowing against them. Way too many church-going folks have been persuaded by the world's way of thinking, and their beliefs don't even line up with the very book that they bring with them to church. They have a root problem. They're not rooted. Many churches are actually outright befriending the world, and I don't mean that in that they're being a friend to the lost and the hurting. I mean that in that many churches are adopting the world's philosophies, their morality, their way of life, and their way of thinking. But we have to remember that the body of Christ must submit to the head, which is Christ. Notice too that Paul encourages them not to only be rooted in Jesus, but to also be built up in Him. They're to have a strong foundation, but they're also to build on that foundation. If you plant an apple tree, you want that tree to have good roots so that it doesn't blow over in the first storm that comes. But that's not all you want for it. You also want it to grow. You want it to bear fruit. So we should be planted firmly in truth, but also strong in good works and obedience and bearing fruit. Look back at verse 8. Let's continue. He says, "See to it that no one takes you captive through hollow and deceptive philosophy, which depends on human tradition and the basic principles of this world rather than on Christ." That's a lot in that little verse there. It sounds similar to verse 4 about fine-sounding arguments, but it goes deeper. Paul speaks of philosophies based in human tradition and the spiritual forces of this world. So it's falsehood that had the stamp of man on it rather than God. Can we find this in the American church today or the global church today? I'm speaking of practices and beliefs that have the stamp of man on it rather than God. Do we ever make rules where God did not make them? For many churches, it's not outside philosophies that are the problem. Rather, they're tripped up by religiosity. Glad I got that word out right. And man-made religion. You see, not every deception and false teaching comes from a secular philosophy or an unspiritual mindset. There's plenty of religious falsehoods to fall into. Those can be even more of a threat to the church because they can seem familiar to us. They can seem right. We may not recognize them as quickly because the deception is better hidden, because religious falsehood can blend in. So we can spend years going through the motions of something and fail to see the emptiness in it. We're going to move on in this chapter to the end of it, or the last few verses, 16 through 23. Let's read this. He says, "Therefore do not let anyone judge you by what you eat or drink, or with regard to religious festival, a new moon celebration, or a Sabbath day. These are a shadow of the things that were to come. The reality, however, is found in Christ. Do not let anyone who delights in false humility and worship of angels disqualify you for the prize. Such a person goes into great detail about what he has seen, and his unspiritual mind puffs him up with idle notions. He has lost connection with the head, from whom the whole body, supported and held together by its ligaments and its sinews, grows as God causes it to grow. Since you died with Christ to the basic principles of this world, why, as though you still belong to it, do you submit to its rules? Do not handle, do not taste, do not touch. These are all destined to perish with use because they are based on human commands and teachings. Such regulations indeed have an appearance of wisdom with their self-imposed worship." Another translation I read of that said self-made religion. It says, "Their false humility and their harsh treatment of the body, but they lack any value in restraining sensual indulgences." So now we're looking at something a little bit different. We're looking at legalism. We're looking at religious rules and rituals that man is pushing on to the church, that God is not, right? This isn't saying that rules and traditions are a bad thing. God has rules and instructions for us for how we should live and do church, right? Those are good rules, good traditions. But Paul is calling out these religious demands as mere human commands and human teachings, which shows you that that can be a problem that can be found in the church. So we have to be careful because the church today has a lot of rules. There's a lot of traditions that might fall under this umbrella. There are a lot of different denominations. I've been involved in a lot of different churches throughout my life, but I've always just been in the Southern Baptist Church. But some of you may have experience with other denominations, and you may notice there's a lot of differences in how churches do their services, a lot of the practices that they have, a lot of the beliefs that they have. And honestly, we don't always know when and why some traditions were started. If we're not careful, we will get more caught up in the things we do than why we do them. So every church needs to ask the question, why do we do that? Is that a good reason for why we do that? Do the rules, traditions, the priorities that we have align with those of God? There was another group in the Bible that had a lot of rules and traditions, and they were so convinced that they were right, they opposed God himself to his face and plotted his murder. I think that y'all could guess who this group is, the Pharisees. They were a super religious group, yet they were super wrong almost all the time. So we must be careful not to think that something is right just because it is religious. So we're going to shift gears really quick into the second element of this message. So if you would, let's turn to Matthew chapter 15. We're going to start at verse 1. I want to read through some of this here. This is an interesting encounter between Jesus and the Pharisees. It says this, then verse 1, chapter 15 of Matthew, it says, "Then some Pharisees and teachers of the law came to Jesus from Jerusalem and asked, 'Why do your disciples break the tradition of the elders? They don't wash their hands before they eat.' Jesus replied, 'And why do you break the command of God for the sake of your tradition? For God said, honor your father and mother, and anyone who curses his father and mother must be put to death. But you say that if a man says to his father and mother, whatever help you might otherwise have received from me is a gift devoted to God, he is not to honor his father with it. Thus you nullify the word of God for the sake of your tradition. You hypocrites! Isaiah was right when he prophesied about you. These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. They worship me in vain. Their teachings are but rules taught by men.' Jesus called the crowd to him and said, 'Listen and understand. What goes into a man's mouth does not make him unclean, but what comes out of his mouth, that is what makes him unclean. Then the disciples came to him and asked, do you know you offended the Pharisees? That's what they're asking Jesus. I'm not sure Jesus cares too much. When they heard this, they were offended, and Jesus replied, every plant that my heavenly Father has not planted will be pulled up by the roots. Leave them. They're blind guides. If a blind man leads a blind man, both will fall into a pit. That can be a tough passage for the church. We have to ask, is the church today ever guilty of what the Pharisees and scribes were guilty of? How many times have we heard someone make some claim about something being right or wrong, and yet couldn't find any support for what they were saying in Scripture? My dad has told y'all that he instilled in his children to always ask this question, based on what? And it has worked. When someone tells me that this is wrong and this is right, or that we should do this or that we shouldn't do that, my mind goes, based on what? And it needs to be based on something authoritative, and it needs to be based on something sure, such as God's Word. A lot of things are based on human reasoning, and we've already talked about that not being such a sure thing. In Matthew 15, we see what the Pharisees based their commands on. It says they based it on the traditions of the elders. And then we see what Jesus based his commands on. He based it on what God himself had said. One is higher than the other. So the specific issue at hand in Matthew 15 is that Jesus' disciples were not washing their hands before they ate. For these Pharisees, this hand-washing issue was not about hygiene. They were offended that the disciples did not observe the rigid, extensive rituals for washing before meals. And so once again, Jesus answered them, why do you break the command of God for the sake of your tradition? So it's possible to practice something that we think is pleasing to God, when in reality it's causing us to break the command and what he actually wants for us. Real quick, imagine a church that's in conflict. Now think about the things that often cause conflict within a church. We could probably make a list together if we wanted to. Can't you just hear Jesus asking the same question to many churches today? Why do you break the commandment of God for the sake of how you like for things to be done, or for how you like to do things? If we're not careful, we can fall into disobedience because of an issue that God doesn't even directly address in his word. It would be better for us to make sure we're getting what is actually in his word right first. That would be our priority. Because there's some things, I can't think of any scripture I've ever read that gives instructions about what color the carpet needs to be or the paint on the walls of a church building need to be. Yet, people will fight over those kinds of things. And they will break God's commandments about being of one mind and loving each other and putting your neighbor before yourself over something that God's word doesn't even address. So, we have to be careful that we don't major on the minor things and then minor on the major things. We need to be less concerned with what pleases me, more concerned with what pleases God. These Pharisees are a picture of those who neglect the weightier things and make the more trivial things a hill to die on, so to speak. I remember years ago at a former church, I was in the former youth pastor's office, and I opened up the desk drawer, and there was a sticky note in there that he left for himself. And the sticky note said this in big writing, "Is this a hill worth dying on?" And it just started going through my head, like, I can just see him there through many meetings or phone calls with different church members as they're fussing at him about this or that, and I can see him having to pull that drawer open, seeing that note there that reminds him to assess whether this issue is something that's worth fighting over. That just goes to show you that you may encounter some strongly opinionated people in the church sometimes, and we can solve that by agreeing to agree with the Word of God. So, I know I'm using the word tradition a lot, but before I go on, let me just say this, that this isn't a matter of contemporary church versus traditional church. It's a matter of how true our heart is, how true our worship is. It's a matter of not getting caught up in empty practices or bad motivations. You can find either one of those in any church, new and old. So I'm not advocating for one style of doing church over another. What I'm advocating for is authenticity and obedience in both ways of doing church. Now, I know it sounds like I might be lecturing everybody this morning, but this is for me before it's for y'all, because I struggle with this too sometimes. I get caught up in going through the motions. I have to question my own motivations sometimes. At one point in my life, I would have chosen my church based solely on the style of music that they did. You know why? Because I wanted to be entertained. If I was going to get up early in the morning, I wanted it to be something that, I specifically enjoyed. I've realized over time that I think people make a bigger deal out of music than it's actually supposed to be. If you look back at your cover verse, Colossians 3:16, we'll look at the second half of that now. It tells us to, sing hymns and psalms and spiritual songs. How? This is the key. It says with thankfulness in your hearts to God. You know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like we're just supposed to sing to the Lord, but we're supposed to do so in sincerity and with thankfulness in our hearts. So I think that God is more concerned with the heart of worship than the style of worship. Let me give an illustration real quick. Have you ever had someone do something nice for you, but really you knew it was for them? Right? How much did that mean to you? Let's say I love a good milkshake, because I do. And let's say for Rebecca's birthday, I got her a nice new milkshake maker. As I'm going to hand it to her, I would probably say, hey, I got this for you. And she would probably say, no, you got this for yourself, right? Because it would be obvious. So, isn't that what it's like when we come before God with our worship? But it has to be the songs we like. It has to be when we feel like singing. It has to be in a building that looks exactly like how we want it to look. We have to ask, who's that really for at that point? I like singing a song I like just as much as anybody. But really, my focus should be on the quality of my offering of praise and worship to our God. We sometimes sing that song here, we bring the sacrifice of praise. In the consumerist American church today, I'm not sure there's actually much sacrifice in our praise. Many churches today are doing everything they can to be attractional, right? They care more about giving the people what they want than giving God what He wants. We can get in the mindset that God just wants people in the pews. And, if entertainment is the only way to do that, we'll give them a show. That's the mindset of a lot of churches, but I'm not so sure that's the mindset of God. I've got one more illustration that I'm going to start wrapping this up. I'm going to use my spouse again because we're talking about giving something that should reflect our love and our gratitude. Mine and Rebecca's 9-year anniversary is next month. Imagine I go to the store and I buy her flowers. That's a nice thing to do for her, but imagine that the next year I do the same thing. And then every year for the rest of our lives, I just do the same thing because it worked in the past and it requires minimal effort. I don't have to put any thought into it. Imagine that in the beginning, I truly desired that my gift be pleasing to her. But over time, it just became a ritual. She's going to pick up on that. She's going to pick up if that is sincere, that act of gratitude, that act of love. And if she can pick up on something like that, God sees right through something like that. And so we have to ask, when we come to church, is it just checking a box? Well, did that for the week. Sang a song, I heard a sermon, boom, I'm done. If it's just about checking a box off, I'm not so sure God is pleased with that because He sees into the heart. So in two of the passages we've looked at today, Paul has given instructions about overflowing with thankfulness and also doing what we do with thankfulness in our hearts. So I think we're supposed to have hearts full of thanksgiving, and we're supposed to express that. So I'll be the first to admit that I struggle with thankfulness. We tend to get consumed with thinking about the things that ail us, the problems, this isn't going quite right. I was at a church service once where my mind was just looking for things to critique in this service. I was like, that could have been done better. That song wasn't very pretty. The service is going a little longer than it's supposed to. And then at the end of the service, I heard people talking about how special of a service that was and how they felt the Holy Spirit's presence there. And what was I doing? I don't really like that. That's don't really, that's not going good for me. So my attitude wasn't where it was supposed to be. My heart wasn't. My focus wasn't on the right things. So we've seen from Scripture today that it's no new thing for people to attempt to corrupt the church. And a lot of times that's not their intentions. It's not on purpose. right? Yet it happens. So we must be on guard against those who would corrupt the church, and that includes ourselves, right? So whether it be false philosophies, like we talked about in the beginning, or whether it be empty religion, like we've talked about in the second half, let us strive to be true of heart and rooted in the truth of God's Word. We're going to close with a song that really speaks to this. I like this song for one reason, and it's because it's a very honest song. I've got some of the words here. I'll read to you quickly. The song's called The Heart of Worship. It says, when the music fades and all is stripped away and I simply come, longing just to bring something that's of worth that will bless your heart. You know, think about that for a minute. Do we care about the worth of what we bring to God? Do we desire that our offering be pleasing to Him? The song goes on and says this, I'll bring you more than a song, for a song in itself is not what you have required. Just singing a song itself is not enough. That's not what He's asking for. The song says, you search much deeper within. Through the way things appear, you're looking into my heart. So, you know, we get so caught up in appearances, and we have to know that God sees right through that. He sees the heart behind everything that we do. So it's not about how it appears, but rather how true, authentic, it is. Is there thankfulness in our heart? And then the chorus of the song goes, I'm coming back to the heart of worship. He says, and it's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus. I'm sorry, Lord, for the thing I've made it. You know, it's easy to make things about the wrong things. So we need to stop and we need to remember why we do what we do. And we need to remember who we do it for. I get up here Sunday after Sunday before we sing, and I try to just say a couple of words to remind us of why we're about to sing a song, to remind us of what the song says so that we sing it to God and that it be true. And it's not just this thing we go through because it's something you're supposed to do on a Sunday morning, but it's actually a legitimate offering of praise and worship to a God who is worthy to receive that. It's something we don't do enough, and so I want it to be something that He is pleased with when we do that. And so whatever the song be, I don't really think it matters all that much. I just think that, it needs to be glorifying to God. It needs to have truth in its words. Let's sing it to Him. And so we're going to do that now as we close up. We're going to sing just a verse, maybe two, of the Heart of Worship. Thank you for being here this morning. We got started late, but I think I still got you out early, maybe a little bit. But thank you for putting up with my voice. It's probably a little irritating this morning. Hopefully I'll get this thing past me this week. But it's been a blessing to be here with you. I will close this in prayer. Heavenly Father, I just thank you, God, for being with me today, giving me strength, helping me to just push through past these little inconvenient cold symptoms and all that, God. And I just pray that truth was spoken. And God, whatever was spoken that wasn't truth, God, that you would just erase that from our minds, God, because we want what is true. We want what is from your word. We want your message above my message and what I have to say, God. So we pray that we would take your word, get it into our hearts and into our minds as we're out during the week going through the daily motions, God. I just pray that what we give to you isn't part of going through the motions, but it is something intentional. We come to you, God, because we are thankful for everything that you have done for us, God. Protect us. God, protect us in the way that the world has all of these ideas and they're constantly changing their minds about things and telling us this is right, this is now wrong and all of that. God, I pray that we would always run back to your word, and that is a sure place that's unchanging, and that we will stand upon it even when these other things are blowing against us that would have us to change our minds, God, because you don't change, God. Lord, we're the ones who need change. We know that you can do that. So, Lord, be with us now as we depart. Bring us together again for more worship, more studying of your word. We pray all this in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, everyone.